In this video, we're going to solve question 43 of 2021 Junior Mathematics Olympiad first round. We're asked to find the number of grains of corn needed if you want to put 1 grain on the first square of the chessboard, 2 on the second, 4 on the third, 8 on the fourth, and increase it by a power of 2 for the subsequent squares. Right. So we're going to start with a small board. So a chessboard is an 8 by 8 board, but just for the sake of description, I'm going to make some explanations on a smaller board. So I'll draw a 4 by 4 chessboard here, right? Although the one the question asks for is an 8 by 8 board. So a 4 by 4 board will look something like this. So on this first square here, we'll have just 1 grain of corn. On the second, this second square will have 2. On this one we'll have 4. We'll have 8, 16, 32, and then we'll keep increasing the number of grains of corn by multiplying the previous one by 2. Then for this last square here, you know that this will be, this is like 1 is 2 raised power 0. Number of corns here is 2, which is 2 raised power 1. The one here is 2 raised power 2. This one is 2 raised power 3. So if you continue counting, you have 4, 5, 6, 7. And if you count all the way to here, you have 15 here. So that means the number of grains of corn that we'll have in this last square is going to be 2 raised power 15. And so if we're looking at 4 by 4 chessboards, then what the question is asking us to find will be the sum 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 up to 2 raised power 15. But we're not looking at 4 by 4 chessboards in this question. The question is asking us about an 8 by 8 chessboard. So let me draw something like that here. So let's say this is our chessboard. So we have this smaller portion here, and then it extends further all the way here and extends all the way here. So there are more columns on these places where I'm putting the dots, but this top left corner is just like a 4 by 4 portion of it. Okay, so let's say this is the 8 by 8 board, right? On this first square here, we'll have just 1 grain of corn. On this second square, we'll have 2. On this third one, we'll have 4. On this one, we'll have 8, and so on. So how many grains of corn are we going to have in this final square? So notice that on a 4 by 4 chessboard, we have 16 squares. And on the final one, on the first square, we have 2 raised power 0 grains of corn. And on the last one, we'll have 2 raised power 15 grains of corn. That's because we're going from 0 upwards, right? So from here to on this 8 by 8 board, on the first square, they're going to be 2 raised power 0 grains of corn. And on the last square, you know you're going to move 63 times to get to the last one, to the last square, right? So on this last square, they're going to be 2 raised power 63 grains of corn. So 2 raised power 63. So I'll just write 2 raised power 63 here. And since we're asked to find how many grains of corn I needed to be able to do this, that means the number of grains of corn, or the number we're asked to find in this question, will be 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 up to 2 raised power 63. So basically, the question is asking us to evaluate this sum, 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8, all the way to 2 raised power 63. So let me write this as x equals 1 plus 2, 4 plus 8. So now we're looking for what x is. The first step we're going to take here is to multiply both sides of this equation by 2. So when we do that, you have 2x equals 1 times 2 will be 2, 2 times 2 will be 4, 4 times 2 will be 8, 8 times 2 will be 16, and this continues all the way here. Then no, we're going to have 2 raised power 62 somewhere here. That 2 raised power 62 is going to become 2 raised power 63 when you multiply it by 2. And then 2 raised power 63 is going to become 2 raised power 64. So we have 2 times of this to be this. And now we're going to add 1 to both sides of this equation. So 2x plus 1 will be equal to, we'll add the 1 at the start here. So 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16 all the way to 2 raised power 63 plus 2 raised power 64. So notice on this line here, we declared x to be 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 up to 2 raised power 63. That's in this line here. And then on this final line here, we have 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 all the way to 2 raised to the power 63. So this expression that we have here is equal to x. So instead of 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 up to 2 raised to the power 63, we can write x. And if we do that, we'll have 2x plus 1 to be equal to x plus 2 raised to the power 64. So since this expression that we have here is the same as what we define x to be, we can write x in place of that. So 2x plus 1 will be equal to x plus 2 raised to the power 64. When you move x to the left hand side, you have 2x minus x, and move 1 to the other side will be equal to 2 raised to the power 64 minus 1. And 2x minus x is just x, and that is equal to 2 raised to the power 64 minus 1. So the value of this sum here is going to be 2 raised to the power 64 minus 1, since that's since we defined this sum to be x on this line. So this is how to solve this question. The correct answer here is going to be E. So the first thing is just to notice that the sum we're asked to find is 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 up to 2 raised to the power 63. And once you have that, you just do a few manipulations on that sum, and at the end you have that x will be 2 raised to the power 64 minus 1. That's how to go about solving this question.